NextWave DV's coverage of NAB 2011 is made possible by LCD Viewfinder, the essential accessory for DSLR video, CPM Film Tools, your lightweight solution for caging the beast, Manhattan LCD, the affordable solution for high-definition monitoring, B&H, the professional source for photo, video, and pro audio.
Tony here from NextWave DV, and we're here at the Canon booth, and we're with Chuck Westfall, who's going to show us a lot of digital video options for basic producers and filmmakers.
Thank you. We have actually here at the booth, here at the NAB 2011, our full range of tapeless camcorders. We're starting off here with the XF300. This is our high-end model that has the 3 CMOS chip sensor. They're full raster 1920 by 1080, which is terrific because it means that we're not really compromising small pixels to get higher resolution. We're actually going for the greatest sensitivity we can get in the 1/3 inch form factor. We also have on this camcorder the 18 times L series lens, which has effective focal length from 29 to 527 millimeter at aperture 1.6 to 2.8. Again, this best lens that we offer in this type of a camcorder that has over 1,000 TV lines of resolution in the center and virtually no chromatic aberration. So a very, very high quality image coming out. Now, this is also, as XF series, using Canon's proprietary XF codec, and that's a 50 megabit per second MPEG-2 with 422 color sampling. This gives it a very, very high degree of color accuracy and detail, very essential for keying if you're going to do that kind of work in post. Green screen type photography, for example.
And I understand this has also been accepted for a broadcast standard, is it?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And I think part of the story is because of all the things we were able to bring in terms of the 422 and especially the lens quality and so forth. Now, this is a full range of features on this camcorder. We have, of course, the 1.2 million pixel LCD. We also have a 1.5 million pixel EVF. We have the XLRs on the other side here that are basically dual XLRs in with phantom power. And on the 305 model here, we have the HD SDI out, plus the Genlock and the time code in and out. And that gives a multi-camera production capability and broadcast quality imaging. We're using 2 CF cards in the back. Now these CF cards, you can run them simultaneously so you have instant backup, or you can run them in relay recording where essentially you can have it seamlessly go from the full card to the empty card as you're shooting so that you're able to shoot longer. We also have access to all the standard BP900 series batteries that we were using in our previous generation of camcorders, but there's some new batteries for these camcorders that have the external display so that before you put the battery in, you can tell what the battery level is, and that's very convenient and handy. Also with that XF codec, we're directly compatible with the 4 major nonlinear editing systems, so Apple, Avid, Adobe, and Grass Valley. And that really helps out a lot for production workflow to make sure that you're able to get right in there and go to work. So the XF305 and 300 are identical to each other, except that the 305 has got the HD SDI, the Genlock, and the time code. The $8,000 price point for the 305 and roughly $6,700 for the 300. And then I'd like to show you the next, which is the XF105 and 100 series. And what we've done here, you can see that the camcorder is actually less than half the size and weight of the 300 series, but it actually maintains quite a number of the imaging excellent features that we had in the 305. So to start with, it's now a single chip system rather than a 3 chip, but it is the same 1/3 inch CMOS full raster 1920 by 1080. So the sensitivity aspect is still there. And we also have the same Digic DV3 processor. We're using a different lens here. This is a 10 times optical zoom, 30 to 300, which helps to contribute to the small size. But we're recording to the twin CF cards, and we also have the XF codec at 50 megabits per second and 422 color sampling. So really a great mid-range camera. There's the 105 model that has the HD SDI and the Genlock time code. That has a retail price of $4,300, and then there's the XF100 model at $3,300 retail without those 2 features. So in a camcorder like this, now this is fantastic for your on the move, on the run type shooting where the small form factor becomes quite a value. And it still has the dual XLRs on the side here, as you can see as we roll around, for your full audio. Now, let's move on just one more, and we got the XA10 coming up. And to me, this is probably even more remarkable in some ways because of the fact that we were able to maintain, again, a lot of the core imaging goodies that we had in the other camcorders and now be able to reduce the size, the weight, and the price yet again. We're talking less than half the size of the 100 series and a retail price point of only $2,000 for a camcorder that has the same exact image sensor as the 105. Also has the same Digic DV3 processor and the same lens, the 30-300. So your basic imaging is still there. The key difference on this one in terms of the actual camcorder is the fact that it's an AVC HD codec rather than the Canon XF, and it's recording to SD cards rather than the compact flash. But one other feature I'll mention briefly is that in addition to the dual card slots, there's actually 64 gigabytes of memory built in. So you can really have a tremendous long recording time capability here just by using the fact that you have the built-in memory. And if you're in a pinch and you're out of your regular SD cards, you still got a backup to be able to use. So there's other features on this camcorder that make it more professional level. We've got full manual exposure controls with a touch screen here. Now, I don't really have it set up to show you the full touchscreen functionality, but the fact is that it's basically set to go where you can adjust your aperture, your shutter, and your sensitivity, your gain, in manual control without too much problem at all. Also, you have the ability to do things like face detection autofocus. That face detection is available on all three of these models, but we'll take it one step further with the XA10. We have a feature called touch focus, where we can actually touch the screen at any particular point, and whatever's under that point, the camera will follow and track and keep in focus. So that's really a nice extra feature to have. Now, the handle on top of the XA10 is removable. And if you keep it on, then you've got your dual XLRs and your microphone holder. But if you happen to need even smaller form factor, it is removable. So that, say for example, if it has to be placed in an underwater housing, this camera can even shrink down further than what you're seeing here. So by the time we get done now, we've got essentially 5 camcorders, the XA10, the XF100, the 105, the 300, and the 305, at a range of price points from $2,000 up to $8,000, giving our customers choice in professional quality videography at any price point that fits their needs and budget.
Well, thanks, Chuck. Obviously, we've got a great selection for pretty much the basic shooter all the way up to the broadcast professional. And for more information, where can people go to check you out?
Please come over and see us at usa.canon.com.
Well, thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Subscribe to us on YouTube and visit nextwavedv.com for more news and training for video and filmmakers.